What are the issues or factors that you'll be looking at to help them make that judgment call on how to spot a deal? Number one, the primary reason why you get into that deal is to determine the legitimacy, if not legality, of the deal. So before your client makes a commitment, then they should be able to get the comfort from you that whatever they are getting into is actually something that is conceivable or practical within our legislative framework. The second component of why legitimacy is important is because a lot of these transactions are ordinarily in a regulated context. You may want to confirm through your desktop or general research just to be sure what the regulators say about a transaction. Unless that is done, then you risk starting off a transaction only to run into headwinds because you did not do what was most basic as an advocate to determine the legitimacy or legality of a transaction. You also want to go through the viability of a deal as a second item. So people sometimes say that viability is limited to commercial aspects of a case. But I guess, Karen, that one of the reasons why somebody will come to you is because they think you, in addition to having an understanding of the law, also have the benefit of experience. And so that if somebody came to me to tell me today that they want to engage in a particular, business, I want to assume that it is my responsibility to look at sector reports. I want to see what other transactions have been in that space. I want to see what the market survey says about that transaction. I want to have clarity on what the government policy is in relation to the transaction at hand. All those are items that speak to the viability of a transaction. Now, how do we do those two things? We do them through due diligence. Due diligence takes two forms. There's the legal due diligence, which speaks to you looking at the entire corpus of the law, but there's also the general due diligence, which speaks to every other item that would, in one way or the other, affect or impact on the deal. So apart from legal due diligence, which sometimes would be considered to be a normal or a standard way of dealing, the general due diligence would now go into unpacking who are the faces behind a transaction. When you say we are going to deal with G&A enterprises, are the people in G&A enterprises persons of, say, political interest? Does that in any way or the other affect or impact on the transaction? Do you want to go and look at what the CBK says about those individuals, about the institution? Do you want to look at what the capital markets, for instance, would have to say about the individuals and the items that would have come up with as part of your due diligence? So due diligence is a central and perhaps the most important part of a transaction.